Hey guys, Max the Axe here. Today I wanted to talk about EMG solderless wiring and why you should watch this video before buying it. And basically the main point of this video is if you play an extreme metal shaped guitar like a Jackson Rhoads, Jackson King V, any guitar where the output jack is on the opposite side of your wiring cavity. So your cavity where all the wires go, if it's on the opposite side of your guitar as the output jack and the battery compartment, pay attention real quick. So I'm switching back to EMGs, and I bought the solderless wiring kit for, it says 1 to 2 pickups. It's like $50 on their website, and the couple of the wires that came with the kit are too short. For example, the battery cable and the output cable. And both of these connect to your output jack. But as you can see, my output jack is here, and my cavity's here. And the wire goes from the cavity underneath the bridge humbucker through the battery cavity into the output jack. So that's a lot of, distance to travel for a wire. And these are just simply not long enough. But I have some good news though. EMG sells these wires individually by themselves, a la carte, whatever you want to call it, and they give you 3 lengths to choose from. They give you like 7 inches, 15 inches, and 22 inches, something like that. And as you can see, this is a really long output cable. This is a really long battery cable. Like, you can compare. This is the longest one they offer. This is the shortest one they offer. You can see this one's much longer. So, if you do have that problem like me, you will have to buy the longer one. Whether it's 15 or 20, 2 or whatever, just make sure you measure and check which one you need. But there's also one more problem. The holes in my guitar that allow for the wire to pass through, so going from the cavity through here, through underneath the pickup, through the this, you can see the wires actually through the battery cavity here, through there, and then out to the output jack. So the holes that these wires go through are too small, not for the wires, but for these metal tabs that make these connections solderless. So what you have to do is you actually either have to cut the wire, solder it traditionally onto the output jack, or you'll have to desolder these tabs, feed the wire through, resolder them, and then connect them. Whatever your preference is. But it was kind of disappointing finding this out, because the whole point of me buying EMG solderless wiring was because I didn't want to solder. I was sick and tired of soldering, and because I had a ground problem with my Seymour Duncan, I kept resoldering it. I even bought a multimeter and tested all the connections, and the multimeter said my connections were fine. So it was just really upsetting, like having to keep resolder, and then I wanted to switch back to EMGs anyways, and those end up being solderless. So I was like, oh great, no soldering. Now I have to solder again. So if you got extreme metal shaped guitar and you're planning on switching to EMGs, make sure you buy those wires individually. The battery cable and the output cable. I can link those in the description below. And also that there might be some soldering if your holes are not big enough that allow the wire to pass through. So yeah, just consider that. So if you have an extreme metal shaped guitar and you want to go back to EMGs, you might have to solder a little bit, defeating the whole point of solderless. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like this kind of content, and yeah, see you around.